and good morning, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you. Today is the 14th of May. It is Thursday morning, and it is time for some prayer work. So grateful to be with you. And wanted to share a couple things this morning to kick us off. Number one, wanted to come over here and I wanted to have a little fun this morning and recite our vision and mission. So our vision: inspiring humanity to live a more loving, peaceful, and positive life. And our mission is sharing a vibration of positivity, love, positivity, and empowerment through a variety of media streams. I gotta get a little better at reciting those, I guess. I do them every day. And today I decided to transpose a bunch of words. So anyway, that's what we're kind of all about around here. New Thought Media Network and New Thought Radio. It's all about spreading the positive vibes, not allowing ourselves to get sucked into the muck and the mire and the wallowing of all the disbelief and all the junk that's going on out there, but staying true, keeping an eye on the prize, turning towards the light, and having and remembering that we really are all creating a world that works for everyone. So let's create it so it works for us, right? Hey, if you want to stay in touch, please do feel free to send an email over to revbriz@spiritevolving.com. Get your prayer request into me, and I'll get that into my prayer work on a daily basis. We'll start praying for your concerns. Or if you'd like a private prayer, an opportunity to sit with me and we can chat for a little bit and do some prayer work, I'm happy to do that too. Just reach out and get in touch. revbriz@spiritevolving.com. And the other thing I want to remind you about is daily spirit callings. It really is a great way to get your morning started. It's a daily email blast. It's got an affirmation, an inspiration around that affirmation, and then a call to action, a way to activate the calling in your life throughout the day. And it's a podcast as well. So if you'd rather just listen to it, then by all means, please check out the podcast. And it's available on all your favorite podcast platforms as well: Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, all of the big names. It's out there. Give it a listen. Quick 90 seconds every morning. So, all right, let's do a couple quick shout outs and good morning. Good morning to Suzanne. So glad you're with us this morning, dear one. And it looks like Cynthia's with us as well this morning, and a few others. So please do shout out in the comment box. Let me know you're here. Let me know that you're awake and ready for some prayer, and we'll move into prayer. How about that? Spring has sprung in the Rockies. There's no question about that. And around here, we often joke that springtime in the Rockies means it can be winter in the morning and summer in the afternoon, or the other way around. Summer in the morning and winter in the afternoon. However, this spring has been rather neutral. There haven't been the kind of the wild swings that we normally see. Yeah, we're seeing a little rain, but not much snow in the month of May so far. I should maybe keep my mouth shut. And it's time to get the plants going. We've got the plants out in the garden. We started our garden last weekend, and my point in all this is, regardless of the human experience, regardless of the experience each one of us is having in our throughout this year, life moves on. The natural rhythm of life is unaffected, is unimpeded. And that natural rhythm of life is really God's life. God's life is moving forward and continuing to create, continuing to be present. All the things that God's life does in the world as our lives, well, that's all still going strong, because that's its nature. The nature of spirit is to provide life everlasting, to create life. And we're in that process. We're creating. I look around and it's been an inconvenience in some ways the last couple of months, and life hasn't stopped. If anything, God's life is even stronger than ever. Is moving forward in even grander and glorious and more prosperous and more creative ways. I'm happy about that. So the celebration, the prayer today, the prayer is really for a celebration or a deeper recognition and a deeper embodiment of what's happening, of what we're moving through, of this glorious vision, masterpiece that's being created. I almost said experiment. It's not an experiment. There's no right or wrong here. Experiments imply that there's something wrong, that maybe we're doing it wrong and it's going to fail, and at the end we're going to have to start all over again. Oh, we're in the midst of it, and the call is to embrace it and use it and create with it. So if you're in a comfortable place and safe and feel comfortable closing your eyes, please do, and join me. Join in a moment of recognizing. It is here in this moment that we come to recognize God, the God that is the oneness, and the God that is known by many, 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 many names. Some call it Buddha or Brahma or Yahweh, Vishnu, Kuan Yin, Source Energy, Allah, Muhammad. No matter the name, no matter the image, no matter the word, no matter how we each individually define the divine is still the divine. It is still the one. Nothing different, nothing separate, nothing absent. The oneness of divinity, of spirit, of God, of all these various forms that God takes. One power, one presence, one infinite intelligence expressing itself as all life across every species, all plant life, all animal life, microscopic life in the ocean that we don't see, all of it. It's all part of God's great and glorious and expansive life. And so I know that this oneness of God expresses through and as my life. I know that same truth of everyone that hears these words, everyone on this call now or in another time, anyone that may hear this later or in another dimension, the oneness of God's life expressing itself as everything. And I am thrilled to be a part of it all. I'm thrilled to be witness to how everyone else is showing up in the world. All the creative endeavors that are coming forth, all the ways that people are reviving their spiritual practice, all the ways that people are connecting in new and different ways, all the various experiences and expressions of God that I've never seen before coming forth onto the planet at this time. A resurgence in simplicity amongst the countless technological opportunities. A resurgence in the simplicity. Cooking at home, being at home with family, connecting with family more than ever. There's a glorious resurgence of simplicity happening on this planet right now, in this moment. There is a glorious revelation of God's vision for humanity, for this glorious thing that we're creating together called life. That vision is coming online right now. There's a new way of being open to humanity right now. And so I claim for each that hear these words an opportunity and experience of letting go of what no longer serves, letting go of the old and the disbeliefs, the doubts, the questions, the suffering, the sorrow, letting go of all of that and embracing a higher truth, embracing God's life as the allness of everything, and knowing that there is absolute perfection emerging, revealing itself. The absolute perfection of the one. The absolute perfection of the one, revealing itself as each and every one of us. That's what's happening here. Each one being given a new opportunity to say yes to that inner calling. Each one being given the resources to say yes. And I know that as we each say yes to that mighty, mighty calling within, that everything necessary to fulfill that calling rushes forth into our lives. That the great attractive power of the universe is operating on our behalf. And as we cast a word into the law, as we cast a desire into the law, as we cast a prayer of truth into the law, then the law must respond. God must return fulfilled. For God could not return this prayer void or empty. This must return fulfilled. So again, I speak this word for each one that hears an opportunity and an experience to know the divine even more intimately than before. To use the creative process in a way that brings forth the magnificence of God's life. To serve and to love and to be and to present, to model, to lead, to pray, to laugh, and mostly love together. It is all about love. And how much more love can I share in the world this day? How much love may I share in the world this day? And therein is that feeling of deep, deep gratitude for this mighty revelation of truth, for this mighty opportunity to speak this word, most especially grateful to know God's got it, and I can let it be. That God's already on the job, that this is a done deal in the mind of God. And so I relax and I loose this word into the law that must demonstrate that is already active upon this word. And with complete faith and trust and confidence and assurance that all is well, I release this word and I let it be. I let God be God. And I invite you to join me in an affirmation of this truth as we say together, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones, for being with us this morning. Now, I want to remind you, Activate Your Soul's Purpose starts on Monday. This is going to be a lot of fun, and it's a 45-minute program. It starts every morning, starting Monday the 18th, for 45 minutes, 21 days, 45 minutes. And it's live in a private Facebook group. So I'm beginning requests and people asking to be a part of this all over the place. So we've got a good group going so far. Keep those requests coming. We'll get you into the group. And over the weekend, I'll start posting into that group. So if you're in there wondering why you're not hearing anything yet, then just rest assured it's happening. It'll happen over the weekend. You'll start to see some stuff to help you get prepared. And then Monday we'll get started. It's great because if this isn't a good time for you, well, the videos will live in the archives and you will be able to go back and watch them at any point in time during the day. So as soon as we're complete with the live session, you'll be able to start watching the recording, and you'll be able to see what's going on and join us through the adventure and through the journey as well. So I invite you to check that out. There are a few ways to get involved here. I showed you that banner a moment ago. You can go to that website, 21dayjourney.gr8.com. That will give you an opportunity to sign up for an email list. And I'm not going to slam you with emails. That's just a quick list. It will remind you and send you a couple of reminders, those types of things. And that's one of the ways I know that you're interested. Or jump over, do a search for 21 Day Journey of Enlightenment on Facebook. Find the group, send a request there, or just comment in a box, or send me a DM, or whatever it might be, and we'll get you started and involved in that too. So before we leave this morning, a big and so it is from Suzanne. Thank you for being with us, dear. Cynthia Hensley. It is a done deal. Exactly. And Leandra Kelly, thank you for being with us today as well, dear one. So great to see you here. That's all I've got for this morning. I'm going to get off to my day of work. I trust you have a great day as well. Remember, if you do need a little bit of groovy tunes in the middle of it all, drop on over to newthoughtradio.net and get some inspiring songs going in the background, uplifting, positive vibrations and New Thought music. I'll be back at 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time again with evening prayers. Until then, dear ones, I love you. You are love, and you are doing great things in the world, so keep doing that. Peace and blessings. I'll see you tonight. Bye now.